Hi everyone, it's Julie. Welcome back to University. Today I'm going to be answering your guys' questions about Brown. And it won't just be me, I'll be interviewing my friends too so you guys get a diverse set of perspectives. So let's get into it. Okay, so Joshua Pham asked, "Hey Julie, how hard is the workload at Brown? Also, what is your major?" So the workload here is like a lot, but I feel like that's colleges in general. And I feel like it also depends on the classes that you take. So for me, I have like a pretty diverse set of classes in terms of workload. So like for social psych, I never go to class, I never do the weekly readings. I basically don't do any work for that class, and then the day before the midterm or the final, I just watch all the lecture captures and then skim the readings, and then I'm fine. But for classes like multivariable calculus, there is a lot of work, like hours upon hours. And some classes like environmental science give you a ton of reading, like sometimes we get 200 pages per week. And for me that's a lot because I'm a really slow reader. So I just feel like it really depends on the classes that you pick. And as for my major, I came in here completely undecided, but last month I figured out that I want to do public health and bio, so I'm double concentrating in those. And on to the next question. Blake Bottini asks, "What do you think of Providence College?" So to be completely honest, I've never heard of Providence College before, so I'll pass this question off to my floor mate Casey.
So my only experience with Providence College is we played them in club lacrosse, and they don't have a varsity team, so it was really intense. It was a lot of girls who'd be playing like D2 lacrosse, and then me. They seemed really nice, I guess. They showed up at the field before us. They had these cute matching uniforms, but I mean, no one tried to hit me with their stick, so that was good.
Sorry for the change in scenery. I'm home now. I filmed all the responses back in college, and I got back and I realized I didn't actually film myself saying the questions out loud. So here I am. This is Larry the Moose. My parents won't let me have a pet, so he's the closest thing I have to one. And he's going to be joining me for the video. So let's get into more questions. Okay, so Anna Banana says, "I also applied ED to Brown, but I was deferred. Do you have any advice on how to increase my chances of admissions for a regular decision? Thanks."
So I got waitlisted. I wasn't deferred. I didn't ED to Brown. I applied RD and I got waitlisted, and now I'm here. So basically, just sounds cheesy, but don't give up hope. Just keep writing letters and stuff. Find new opportunities, tell them about what you've been doing, write a letter to your interviewer, ask them what step you should take, talk to your regional admissions counselor, and they'll help you.
Okay, so this question is a little bit deeper, but VCP asks, "What does Brown mean to you?"
So Brown to me is my high school in an amplified form, because of course there's 6,000 kids here, which is 4 times what I had in high school, but I never feel small. I always feel like I matter on this campus, and that's really because I've cultivated. There's a really good culture here. Everyone's really relaxed and encouraging, and no one's directly competitive and willing to cut your throat to get to where they need to be, like you can blur that, you can beep that out. But Brown really does a really good job, and I'm not sure if it's the university or the staff, or the students itself, but the community aspect here is so evident and so vital to how this campus runs as a whole, that I just always feel like I matter on this campus, and that there are always resources for me, and that the people I spend my time with actually care for me. Beyond that, Brown has a lot of really fun traditions, like the Naked Donut Run. I have yet to experience it, but one day I will go to the Sci-Li and study. And Brown just has the quirkiest people, and everyone is so passionate. When I talk to people and they describe what they're studying to me in the classes and what the teachers have said, I just love listening to it, even if I don't give a fuck about comp sci or, math or whatnot, because everyone just loves learning. Every day people continue to astound me and make me realize that people can be really great sometimes. As a cynical person, I can confidently say that a lot of people here are really awesome, and I love that about Brown. That's why Brown is special to me.
Okay, so on to the next question. Amory asks, "How does college differ from high school?"
So, you want to know what's really different between college at Brown and high school? Let me tell you, basically everything. So, to begin with, here you have high school and here you have college. This is the lit level of high school, right here. And college is all the way up here. I ain't even joking, but you want to know what else is crazy? Your responsibilities are that high too. So even though you get less work and you can be more lit, the work you have is worth so much more. So just think about that when you hear it.
On to the next question. Hillary Tran asks, how did you answer the Why Brown essay?
I wrote about things that I found appealing about Brown and how I would incorporate them into my education, or like why Brown specifically was the school that could help me achieve my like academic and career goals. So I talked about the yurt, which in case you don't know, it's like, if you Google Brown yurt, it's basically this giant like $2.5 million facility that they built, and it's like virtual reality, so you can use it to project like models, 3D models of like anatomical models, or you can use it to play a Minecraft shooter game, which is what I got to do when I went to summer at Brown 2 years ago. So I wrote about that and how it reminded me of like, oh, Brown is more about doing than it is just about learning. It's learning in order to do and not learning for the sake of like doing something, because I didn't want to go to school just to like move on to a career. I wanted to learn and have a good time and like evolve as a person and as a scholar, something pretentious. And then I inserted like courses that I was interested in, so things like intro to literary translations. And so I talked about like what I wanted to do and how I would like fuse the fields of interest. So I talked about psychology and like astronaut psychology and pharmacology and how I like foreign languages. And that's how I answered that prompt.
And quite a few people asked for college app advice, so here are some tips.
My first piece of advice is that you really have to find what makes you unique, and you have to take advantage of that. For example, I'm from Lebanon, so definitely I made sure that before I started to apply to all my colleges that I would look back at my community and identify the major problems in Lebanon. So the first one was the Syrian refugee crisis, and the second one was illegal hunting of migratory birds. So I dedicated all my time for extracurriculars, addressing these issues. So I think it's very important to look back at your community and to self-reflect on who you are as a person and the various assets of your identity. So it was Lebanese in my case, but it could be anything in your case. And so my second piece of advice is when you're writing your common application essay, I know you feel really tempted to go crazy and write this really crazy alien essay, because you go online and you see like the Costco essay and you see essays of people growing strawberries in their lockers, and you feel like you have to go nuts in your essay just to get the respect of the mission officers. And just know that you don't have to do that. And I spent my whole summer before my senior year just brainstorming all these crazy ideas about how I would impress the mission officers, and I would catch them off guard and surprise them with this amazing idea. But then I came to realize that the most authentic and genuine idea was the one that I had been overlooking the whole time, was the most obvious idea. So I feel like the best common app essay idea is it's just in front of you, and you don't have to try that hard to find it. So yeah, that's it.
Number one, when you write your essay, do not make everyone read it, because after everyone make edits, it will no longer be your essay. Number two, do not try to sound like someone who you're not. So if you love freaking boba, then talk about boba. If you love like, I don't know, chess, talk about chess. Don't fake it, because you won't make it. That's true. You won't, if you fake it, you won't make it. And third, I don't want to say like sound original, but like when you write about like why you love Brown, like why Brown, actually do some research, because if you go some generic stuff about, oh, I love the atmosphere, they will fail you. You need to like talk about the specific thing. I love the ugly looking skylight building, or like I love the main green quad, or whatever. Be very specific. But those are my 3 tips for you. But overall, I just want to tell you that no matter where you're at, you will be happy, because that's the school that's right for you. If you try your best to get into Brown, but that's not really who you are, you'll be miserable here, and that's not worth your entire senior year.
Just like be honest and like be true to yourself. Like any admissions officer will be able to pick up on the fact like that you're like lying about like who you are, or like what you're trying to like do in college or something. Like just try to be true to yourself. If you don't know your major, or if you don't know what you want to concentrate in, just like say that. Like that's the whole point of Brown, is like explore like all of your options, and like kind of like at least like delve into like every different subject area to like try to make an informed decision. So like if you don't know what you want to do, which is perfectly okay, like be honest about that. Like I know it says like, oh yeah, like what's your major and why, but like there's also that whole subsection of like, if you don't know, that's okay. Like that's an okay option.
And the next person asked, how has your experience at Brown been?
I originally applied to Brown as like kind of a joke almost, because I really didn't think I would get in. So when I actually got here and got here, I was like expecting to be like surrounded by like all these like really smart scientist people and people who knew exactly what they were doing with their lives, and I would just be there like, oops, I was the accident that got in. And not gonna lie, I met a lot of people that make me feel that way, but like there's such a strong community here that like even if you are that person, like which is very rare that you actually are, like you'll never feel like that person at Brown, and that there's so many people around you that just like make you feel like you're the smart scientist, even if you're like the dumbest one there, or feel like you're the dumbest one there. Like there's always someone like rooting for you here, and that's what's so great about like getting the chance to come to a school like this.
TJ, what do you like about Brown?
Well, Andrew's pizza is really good, and they serve it till 2 a.m. So there's that.
Oh, nice, for sure.
We just got Lime scooters, so those are nice. You can get yourself into any class you want if you just talk to the professors enough. And it's not like everything is super cut and dry. You have to follow the rules all the time. It's like, if you're genuinely interested in doing something, you can do it.
Thank you so much for watching the video. Please subscribe for more college-related content. And please thumbs up this video if you like Larry the Moose.